Welcome back, everybody, to this week of Galactic Reviews. This one will probably be pretty short based on some preliminary discussions about the movie we saw, Caught Stealing. So we won't be caught stealing any more of your time. This movie,
Terrible.
Austin Butler, I think the greatest thing that this movie had going for it was Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz, but also the director, Darren Aronofsky. This guy did Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan and The Whale and and Mother. He's done a bunch of great movies. But this one I could say I was a little disappointed in. People know Austin Butler's good. People know several other characters. Matt Smith is good. Zoe Kravitz is good. It's just maybe I didn't get something in this movie. It was just forgettable. Like a 5 out of 10. Like one of the movies that you see and you're like, oh, that was fine. And then you kind of just forget that you saw it because nothing special or standout happened. The dialogue was kind of cringe at times, and felt like something that I would read in a romantasy novel when Zoe Kravitz and Austin Butler were flirting. Like it just was kind of cringe, not even like romantic, just or sexy, just cringe. The story was the best thing going for it, but I feel like it wasn't executed all too well. Like I felt like I like didn't really care about the characters or what was going on. Austin Butler's character wasn't someone like you could relate to, or he was just kind of like a normal dude, but didn't show any like relatable qualities, I felt, other than just being a normal guy. Didn't react at all to his scenario that I thought he would react in. I would expect crash outs this entire movie. Um, I don't know, just kind of like bland. Just all right. Nothing. Some scenes were funny. Some of the action was pretty cool. But other than that, I was like, what does this movie have to offer me that other movies don't do better? My biggest opinion on this movie was that it couldn't decide what it wanted to be. It could have been a great action like thriller, kind of in the vein of like a Jason Statham movie where like they really went into the action, um, or they could have really gone into like the slapstick comedy effect of it. But it kind of like limboed between them, and it wasn't funny enough to be like a good comedy, and it wasn't action enough to be like a really good action, and just kind of like sat in the middle of the two. And I was like, okay, that's about it. I didn't have any deep thoughts on this movie. I was like, okay, I saw it.
Yeah, no, I'll
That was
agree
a
with you.
movie.
I'll agree with you on that. I thought this was gonna have more action in it than I saw. I mean, the trailer showed it like being all act looking like it was gonna be somewhat action packed. Didn't really see that until I think later on, and even then, it wasn't completely action packed at all.
Yeah.
I thought the biggest thing problem I had with the movie was the pacing of it. Like it never felt like it had stakes, and then by the time it got to having stakes, I was already checked out. I was ready to leave. I was like, okay. Once it had stakes, I was like, okay, I'm interested back in it. But then nothing else happened after that, and that was disappointing. I didn't like the what they did with the cop character. That didn't quite make a whole bunch of sense to me. Just the
I
whole.
predicted it pretty quickly.
I mean, it was very predictable, and I would have rather them not have done it. It would have worked out well if they would have just said she was a corrupt cop, but it seemed like she was running the whole ring, which makes no sense. And doesn't quite, and that's never ever explained. She's just running everything.
She's running part of it. The plot was like the guy was holding money for multiple different people to make a deal, and she was just one of the people who was trying to get a cut, but she decided to try and take it all.
Yeah, well, part of that I think I missed because I went to the
Yeah, they went
bathroom,
over
but
like the actual thing too quickly.
yeah, and it was a very small scene if it did go over that because I think that was the scene when they were going over the bridge and they were driving to.
No, it was the scene when Matt Smith and Austin Butler were in his little closet storage unit, and Matt Smith was just spewing as fast as he can, like what actually happened, the answers to Austin's character,
Huh.
like what's going on. He just like spewed it out, and I was like, what? What?
He did part of the. Oh, yeah, when he after he knocked him on the head.
Yeah,
I did like Hank and Russ. I wish they would have had more screen time together because they were good. I thought they had good chemistry, the two actors and their two characters I thought were good. But I mean,
To me, the best part of this movie was the characters. And not the main character, but like all of the other side characters. They were fun. They were interesting. I wanted to know more about them.
I mean, I didn't mind the main character. It was essentially just a guy that was somewhat destined for greatness or was brought up to think he was going to be like something, make something of himself. And then something tragic happens and like he technically makes a mistake. Something tragic happens and he's not able to fulfill that destiny. Whole bunch of stuff. I did not like the whole thing about the seatbelt. I get that was the whole thing about the like that was the
The
whole
throwaway joke.
circle.
It
It
was a
was the whole
throwaway joke.
circle, but like the
Oh,
whole
yeah,
thing
yeah, yeah.
about all of them like just getting like I get like the whole reason why the two Jewish guys didn't put on a seatbelt because it was a Sabbath and it was improper for them to work, even though they opened the door. But so I it yeah I didn't they put way too much protectability in that seatbelt in a car crash.
At the speed, like I liked the full circle moment of
I
like him
Yeah,
like
that's the part
settling
where
in
I'm
it,
like,
and this is how I
I
have to
like
end it.
that full circle moment where like we get to see him kind of like it's something bad in one instance, but then he turns into something good in the next instance. But it doesn't work like that.
It's okay. He kept the cat. I don't know, man.
That's it's just that unworld how it just doesn't seem to make any sense. It just doesn't.
This is a movie that had great potential that squandered it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It was close to being something good and it felt like it wasn't quite there. It just kept missing the mark in all the
They just
different ways it
needed,
could have.
yeah, they just needed to choose a lane and stay in it, and they just couldn't do that.
Are we all
That's
set
funny.
on around 5 out of 10s?
Yeah, no, I'd probably give it a six. Like I did like Austin Butler. I thought he did a good job and I did like his interaction. I did like the characters. It's just yeah, everything felt off. Like nothing felt like it really stuck.
I think what really got me was for a movie called Caught Stealing, I just felt like it stole my money and not my attention.
Anyways, Zach, I think it's your go.
It is my go, and I just learned recently these two have never seen um Jaws, any of them, and it's broken my heart, actually.
To be fair, we
So
didn't know you had one. So
that is fair. Um, I'm still trying to find it, so it's metaphorically broken.